All right, so here we go. So the first section is on statements, negations, conjunctions, and disjunctions. So a statement is any sentence that's either true or false, but it can't be both. True or false is basically called the statement's truth value. So to determine the truth value for the following statements, these are some things that we think, that we hope you're coming in knowing already. So true or false, the three angles of a triangle add to 360. Hopefully you realize the answer is false because the three angles of a triangle add to 180. This one we hope you know too. If a triangle is isosceles, then its base angles are congruent. This is true. Isosceles triangles have two congruent sides, therefore the angles opposite those two sides happen to be congruent. Then we have something that's called the negation, and the negation of a statement is the opposite of that original statement. And basically what that means is you're taking in or you're inserting, you're taking out or putting in the word not. So it's not like saying black and white, it's black and not black. It's not up and down, it's up or not up. So you're either inserting or taking out the word not. So take out or insert the word not. That's what it is. So the symbol for negation is like this little squiggly line. So that means to take the opposite of. So write the negation for the following statements. Determine the truth value of both the original statement and its negation. Well, today is not Saturday. That's true. Right now when I'm doing this video, it happens to be a Thursday. So today is not Saturday. That's true. The negation of that would be today is Saturday. And the truth value of that would be false, right? You can't be both. So supplementary angles add to 90. Hopefully you know that that is not true. Supplementary angles add to 180, but the negation of this would be supplementary angles do not add to 90 degrees. And then this would have to be true. All right, so negations, inserting the word not or taking out the word not, that's how you do your negation. Then we've got things that are called compound statements. And a compound statement is a statement that's formed when two statements are connected, two sentences are connected by either the word and or by the word or. Okay, so we're looking for two sentences to be connected. So conjunction is the first type of compound statement, and this is the one that uses the word and. The symbol for the conjunction for and is like an upside down V. It almost looks like an A, right? Like this would be the letter A and, but you don't put that bar across. So a conjunction is just this particular symbol. So determine the truth value of the following conjunctions. 4 plus 1 is greater than 8, and a hexagon has 8 sides. Well, you need to do some work here because 4 plus 1 is 5. 5 greater than 8 is not true. So this little statement is false. And a hexagon has 8 sides. So hopefully you realize that a hexagon has 6 sides. So we've got two false statements. Well, a false and a false should definitely make sense that it would not be true. A false and a false is false. How about this one? 5 is an odd number. I'm going to underline the word and an isosceles triangle has two congruent sides. Well, you need to know something about each statement. Is 5 an odd number? Yes, it is. And does an isosceles triangle have two congruent sides? Yes, it does. So true and true. 5 is an odd number and an isosceles triangle has two congruent sides. That whole compound statement is true. How about this one? Here's the and. Complementary angles add to 90. Well, that is true. Negative 5 squared equals 25. Hopefully you realize that that is not true. Remember, negative 5 squared, exponents come first, equals negative 5 times 5. That comes out to be negative 25. So complementary angles add to 90 and negative 5 squared is 25. Well, true and false doesn't make sense. So this happens to be false as well. So hopefully you realize that for a conjunction to be true, both statements must be true. Okay? So there's your conjunctions. Those are your ands. So what's left are the disjunctions, the ors. So a compound statement that uses the word or. So all you do for this symbol is take that A, that conjunction symbol, and turn it upside down and make it look like a V. So that's your disjunction. Determine the truth value for the following. Congruent figures have equal areas, or 5 minus 14 is less than negative 10. Well, if the figures are congruent, if they're the same, they have to have equal areas. If I do the math over here, 5 minus 14 is negative 9. Is negative 9 less than negative 10? And the answer should be absolutely not. If you think about a number line, if here's 0, somewhere down here is negative 9, somewhere down here is negative 10. Negative 9 is closer to 0, it's larger. So true or false? Well, congruent figures have equal areas, that's true. Or the other one, the fact that one of them is true makes the whole thing true. 1 is a prime number, or a trapezoid's a parallelogram. Well, 1 is the loneliest number ever. 1 is definitely not prime, right? You need to be prime, you have to have exactly 2 distinct factors, 1 and some other number, and that won't work. So 1 is not prime. Or is a trapezoid a parallelogram? Hopefully you realize it only has one pair of parallel sides, therefore it's not a parallelogram. These are some things that you will learn later as we go through the year. But false or false, if they're both false, there's no way that thing could make any sense to be anything other than false. How about this next one, Pythagorean theorem? You should have learned this last year in Algebra 1. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. You should know that that's true. Or, do parallel lines have equal slopes? Something else you should have talked about in algebra last year. If the lines never touch, their slopes have to be the same. So this one is true. So true or true definitely has to come out to be true. So if you look up here and they ask the question of when a disjunction is false, a disjunction is only going to be false when both statements are false. Okay, so there you have it. You've got conjunctions, you've got disjunctions, you've got statements, and you've got negations. Good luck on your homework.